Imagine this. You're standing on the deck of the largest ship ever built. It's almost midnight. The ocean is completely dead calm. No waves, no wind. The kind of quiet that feels wrong, and then you feel it. Not a crash, not an explosion, just a low, grinding shudder beneath your feet. Like the ship scraped over something in the dark. You look around. Nobody reacts. The people inside don't even look up from their card games. A steward walks past you like nothing happened. You almost convince yourself it was nothing. It wasn't nothing. In 2 hours and 40 minutes, this ship will be gone, and over 1,500 people will be dead in water so cold, it was literally below freezing. Most of them won't drown. Most of them will be completely conscious, completely aware, watching their own bodies shut down around them, unable to do anything about it. But before we get into it, here are 3 facts most people don't know about that night and the Titanic. Fact 1. The optical illusion that hid the iceberg. The Titanic was crossing from the warm Gulf Stream into the freezing Labrador Current. That temperature difference created something called superrefraction, where cold air bends light abnormally near the surface. The result was a false horizon, a cold upper mirage that effectively camouflaged the iceberg, making it blend into the background sky until it was only a mile away. That gave the crew less than 40 seconds to react. You can't stop a ship that size in 40 seconds. You can barely understand what you're looking at. Fact 2. The canceled lifeboat drill. The Titanic was scheduled to hold a routine lifeboat drill on the morning of April 14th, the very day it struck the iceberg. Captain Edward Smith canceled it. Nobody knows why. That answer went down with the ship. What we do know is that the evacuation that night was chaos. Crew didn't know their assignments, passengers didn't know where to go. One lifeboat that could hold 65 people left with 12 people in it. 12. Fact 3. The fake smokestack. The Titanic had 4 iconic smokestacks. 3 of them worked. The 4th, at the back of the ship, was completely fake. A dummy funnel added purely for aesthetics because 4 looked more powerful than 3. It was basically a kitchen exhaust vent dressed up as industrial dominance. The most famous ship in history was, in part, a visual illusion, designed to look more capable than it was, which, as it turns out, is the perfect metaphor for everything that happened next. Before we get into the sinking, here's what this ship actually was. The Titanic was built by the White Star Line, a British shipping company. Construction began in Belfast in 1909. 9,000 men, 250 injuries, 8 deaths. She stretched nearly 900 feet, weighed over 52,000 tons, and had a swimming pool, a squash court, and a Turkish bath. First-class tickets cost the equivalent of nearly $100,000 today. She set sail on her maiden voyage from Southampton on April 10, 1912, carrying over 2,200 passengers and crew. 4 days later, none of the luxury mattered at all. Now let's talk about the actual sinking. The Titanic hit the iceberg at 11:40 p.m. It wasn't a dramatic collision. No explosion, no wall of water, no Hollywood moment. The iceberg scraped along the hull, popping rivets and opening gaps across 6 watertight compartments. Almost surgical. The ship was designed to survive 4 flooded. 6 was too many. Water started pouring in at 400 tons per minute. The math was already over. For the first hour, almost nobody panicked. People wandered the corridors, some went back to sleep. A group of men kept playing cards. Stewards knocked on cabin doors, telling passengers to put on their life jackets as a precaution, with a smile, like it was a minor inconvenience. By 1 a.m., the bow was visibly sinking. Water was creeping up the lower decks. The angle of the ship became noticeable. Furniture started sliding. Glasses fell off tables. And still, some people refused to board the lifeboats. The ship felt solid. The ocean looked cold and dark and terrifying. From the deck of the Titanic, a small wooden lifeboat bobbing in black water at midnight didn't look like salvation. It looked like a worse option. That instinct killed hundreds of people. By 2:17 a.m., the last lifeboat was gone. There were still over 1,500 people on board. At 2:18, the lights went out. The ship split in 2. The bow, already completely flooded, plunged straight down toward the ocean floor 2.5 miles below. The stern rose almost vertically into the air, and everything that wasn't bolted down crashing toward the sea. People were clinging to railings, to each other, to anything. Then the stern followed the bow into the North Atlantic. From the first shudder to the ocean swallowing the last piece of hull, 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's it. That's how long it took to sink the largest ship ever built at that time. The water temperature that night was 28 degrees Fahrenheit, below freezing. Salt water freezes colder than fresh water. The ocean was literally colder than ice, and over 1,500 people just went into it. Here's what that does to your body. The moment you hit that water, you experience something called cold shock response. It is immediate, violent, and you have zero control over it. Your skin temperature drops from 91 degrees to near freezing in seconds. Your nervous system reads this as a catastrophic emergency and fires every alarm it has simultaneously. You gasp. Hard, involuntarily. You cannot stop it. It's as automatic as blinking, except blinking doesn't kill you. If your head is underwater when that happens, you inhale water directly into your lungs. Dead before the cold even gets started. No drama, no fight, just gone. If your head is above water, you gasp air, but you can't stop gasping. Hyperventilation kicks in immediately. You're blowing off carbon dioxide faster than your body can produce it. Your blood chemistry shifts within seconds. Your hands cramp, your vision blurs. Some people pass out purely from breathing within 60 to 90 seconds of hitting the water. Your heart is also in full crisis. Cold shock causes a massive spike in heart rate and blood pressure simultaneously. For anyone with an underlying heart condition, this is often fatal within the first 2 minutes. Ventricular fibrillation. Your heart stops coordinating, just quivers uselessly instead of pumping. There were wealthy, well-fed passengers in first class who were dead before they even understood what was happening to them. But let's say you survive the first 2 minutes. You're still in the water. You're still conscious. What comes next is called swimming failure. Your body initiates something called vasoconstriction. It pulls blood away from your arms and legs and concentrates it around your core, brain, heart, lungs. It is ruthlessly prioritizing, sacrificing your limbs to buy your organs a few more minutes. Medically, it's the right call. Practically, it means your arms and legs are being abandoned while you're still using them. Within 5 to 15 minutes in water that temperature, your grip strength collapses. Your arms stop cooperating. Your legs feel like they belong to someone else, something heavy and distant that you're dragging around. You're trying to tread water, trying to stay up, and your body is just quietly, methodically shutting off the parts you need most. And here is the part that is genuinely hard to sit with. Your mind is still completely sharp. Hypothermia doesn't hit your brain the way it hits your muscles. In the early stages, you are fully aware of what is happening to you. You can think clearly, you can feel yourself losing control of your body piece by piece. You know exactly what is coming and you cannot stop it. You are watching yourself die in real time with nothing you can do about it. One survivor said it felt like being locked in a room and watching someone slowly turn off the lights, one by one, from the outside. After swimming failure comes full hypothermia. Core temperature starts dropping fast. Normal is 98.6 degrees. At 95, you're shivering so hard you can't speak clearly. At 90, the shivering stops. And that sounds like a relief. It isn't. It means your body has run out of energy to even try to generate heat. It has given up. Confusion sets in hard. You feel, strangely, warm. Some people in late-stage hypothermia actually try to take their clothes off because they feel overheating. At 86 degrees, you lose consciousness. At 82, cardiac arrest. In water that temperature, most people reach unconsciousness in 15 to 30 minutes. Without a life jacket, you go under before that, and the ocean takes you quietly. With a life jacket, you stay at the surface, conscious, aware, just long enough to know exactly what is happening and exactly how it ends.